Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So very happy to be here with my mic. Yeah, I had to get it. It's too noisy here, and sometimes there's this unpredictable array of dogs and people and cars and right. Anyways, I'm in India. Yeah, definitely I am here. The funny thing is that I'm getting used to it because sometimes I don't even notice it. I'm reading or I'm doing my work and it's total silence. It's funny how we get used to anything. Anyways, today I'm going to speak a little bit about the diet of an Ashtangi, and this is a very crucial and important thing for us because anything that we put in our bodies, it's gonna come out in practice. Yeah. The most important thing, as I was saying in the other video before this one, the routine of an Ashtangi, is to understand that we basically naturally do the intermittent fasting. As Ashtangis, we have 2 big meals a day, which is like a brunch at noon, and then we have a very light dinner. And then we're fasting for 12 hours, maybe for 14, 16 hours, all the way till noon next day. And this is very good for our bodies because it has been demonstrated that when the body is fasting, it can cleanse better and it starts releasing toxins and it starts but what we do need to do is to stay hydrated. And the way to stay hydrated is drinking hot water. Yes, I know it sounds weird for us, especially for the tropical ones. We have been used to drinking these iced shakes and everything in our tropical countries, but that is very bad according to Ayurveda for our digestion. That basically freezes our digestion and won't allow the body to just release toxins. And since Ashtanga is a method for purifying the physical body and the mental body and the emotional body, we do need to work with it. So drinking hot water during the day, hopefully if you have some lemon on it, you squeeze some lemon, is marvelous, is great because it's going to alkalize your body. And since the practice is so demanding and since the practice is really challenging for the muscles, the bones and everything, we need to help the body. The practice is already creating a lot of acid because of we're doing micro tears it's like when you lift weights. It's kind of the same, but we do it with our own body. But we do need to alkalize our diet. Otherwise, the acids are going to start accumulating, and then eventually we're gonna start feeling a lot of pain in the body, and then we may even get injured. And that has a lot to do with our diet. So in Ayurveda, the Indian system of medicine, they say that food can be your medicine or it can be your poison. Basically, we don't want to eat much of anything that is white in color. All the dairy is very acidic. Also the white sugar, white flour, all that processed foods, all that is going to, we can eat it maybe once a month. We can have some ice cream once a month. Or in our rest day, we can go for a pasta but during our week, we keep our diet very clean. We want to eat lots of veggies and fruits, brown rice we can also have. And then the choice about being a vegetarian is quite a big one for some people. So especially in our Western countries, we have been fed with animal proteins since we were very, very young. My teacher here, Sharat, he's a South Indian Brahmin, and the Brahmin, they have been vegetarians for many, many generations. But it's not the case with us. We have grown with we had grown with chicken, with meat. I remember my grandmother used to get really angry when I would not eat my protein. She would say, "Oh my God, you're gonna just get sick." There's this whole belief system in the West that for us to grow, for the children to grow, they need to consume animal protein. So I don't like to impose vegetarianism on anyone. I just tell them, you come practice and you're going to start feeling the body is going to tell you what it wants to consume and what it wants to let go of. And the same for substances. I mean, if you're smoking or if you're drinking or if you're consuming drugs, come to practice. And you're going to see that eventually the body is going to just reject all that, because the practice is going to start opening the channels, and with the breath, you're going to start feeling more alive. You're going to start feeling like you really want to take care of the temple of your soul. And I once had a student, and she was like a heavy smoker, like a chain smoker. And, telling her, oh, stop smoking so you can come to yoga. No, it was going to put extra stress on her, and she was already starting her practice. And so I said, come. And slowly she started like diminishing. Same thing with coffee. Some people would come and they were drinking 8 cups of coffee a day, and by themselves, they would just start like, I don't need that much coffee. Maybe I need, only a cup in the morning and a cup in the afternoon. And since the body is going to feel better, the body is going to be able to choose better. So basically with my body, I feel it a lot. Sometimes I wake up and I really have this great craving for spinach, for example. And I know my iron, it's somehow compromised. Sometimes I just really want to go for papaya or for banana, for potassium, for tomatoes. Sometimes I feel like I do need like some sweet. And that's also very interesting, because for us, for Vata, for the air element, sweets actually calm us down. And I'm not very like a sweet person, like a sweet tooth person. I like more like veggies and but when I feel this craving for sweets, I follow it. And it helps me. There's 6 flavors in Ayurveda, and we're supposed to have them all, not only sweet and salt, but also astringent and pungent. And here in India, since there's so many beautiful spices, oh my God, I'm learning to eat a lot of things that I was not eating back in Costa Rica, like for example, the harimich, which is the green chili. In Costa Rica, we don't really eat spicy foods, and here it's such an important element of the Indian diet. And it's also very good for the eyes. And my eyes are getting better. I was starting just to read like this, and now my eyes are getting more alive again. And I think it has to do with the green chili. But anyways, the main thing is that you listen to your body, and also that you feel what the body is craving for. And then we eat from the window. We eat from like 12 to 6. We eat 6 hours during the day only. And the rest of the day we take hot water, we take water with lemon, we take coconut water, which is beautiful and wonderful. We don't have much of that here in North India, but in South India it's abundant. And especially we don't try to impose our views on nutrition on anyone. We are respectful, because you can be a vegan or you can be a vegetarian, and that doesn't mean anything. That's your personal choice. It's not that you're better than anyone because you decided to stop eating animals, even though this is the teaching of yoga. Yeah, the teaching of yoga is ahimsa, is respect all sentient beings, but some people are still not ready to go there. And that's okay. You start doing your practice, and eventually your body is going to start telling you what you need to change and where you need to let go, and then maybe you want to start eating maybe more seaweed or more nuts, and somehow balance your diet. And something else I want to say, it's important for everyone to eat. In Ashtanga, we have to eat, because if we don't eat, we are asking so much of these bodies every day, 6 days a week, for years. And if we are not eating, eventually, the practice is not going to have any fuel. we need to eat a very good, abundant lunch, and then a lighter dinner. And that food, just take it with gratitude, and especially if we can prepare it ourselves, and have the time to just choose what we want to eat. That's a beautiful part of our ritual, and also in deep gratitude for everything love and God is giving us every day. And it was very hard for me, like this past season in Mysore. There were like several women that were anorexic, and I saw them and I just felt this pain in my heart, because anorexia is a disease. It's a disease of the mind. There's like a there's not a connection between the body image mentally and physically, and what I have to say is that please look for support, psychological support. Once I had a student that was having that, let's say, that karma, and I strongly advise her to go look for psychological. Yeah, she doesn't have to stop her Ashtanga practice, but if you don't have that psychological support, you may take the Ashtanga, and the Ashtanga can get very intense, and it can become even like obsessive and compulsive, and then it's going to be like actually injuring these people. So as Ashtangis, we need to eat a pure diet, pure in the sense that it's mostly vegetables and fruits, but again, if you're not a vegetarian, please don't stop coming to yoga because you're eating meat. Come to yoga, and eventually everything will just start arranging itself, and we don't have to judge anyone because they are eating meat or like chicken or whatever. I have a story here which is it taught me a lot. I was in London with my guru a few years ago, and I went to this beautiful hotel that one of my students recommended me, and the owners were so kind to me. They were like an old couple, and one day they come to me and they say, oh, we really want you to come to our home and have lunch with us. And I was super grateful. Yeah, of course, I'm finishing my practice with my teacher, let's do it on Friday, And they came and they picked me up in the hotel, and when we went there, and as soon as I come into the home, I smell meat. And in those days I was a really like hardcore vegetarian, and I was telling people, you should be vegetarian, you are not a yogi if you're not a vegetarian. Anyways, and I'm sitting there in the living room and I'm smelling, they're cooking meat. And then the lady starts asking the husband, they were like in their 80s, so tell her, about the process of our lunch. And he says, I went to Harrods, to the, really fancy shop, and got this meat for you, and we prepare it, and we have been like marinating it for 1 week, and we are so excited, it's the best one. And then they come and they put this bunny on the table, and I just saw the bunny, and I just say this like, oh my God, it's a rabbit. And in that moment I knew that if I wanted to put the teachings in action, I had to be kind about being vegetarian. And so, I ate my bunny. I sent the bunny lots of blessings, and I thank my hosts. And that day I learned so much, because I was being so judgmental about people that were eating meat. And then I was like in this catch-22, like refusing the bunny would have been very rude for these gentle people. They had been like preparing with so much love, and then it was like this moment of like boom, it's beyond the diet. It's how you relate to people. It's about kindness above everything. So if being vegan or vegetarian is making you like be unkind to others, that's not the yoga. The yoga is being accepting and grateful for everything that comes into your plate, even a tiny baby rabbit. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'm here for your questions and for your comments. Namaste.